I'm curious how you two are feeling with all that you put into this platform. You know, genuinely. I don't think it's a small feat to invest oneself into what is, I guess, creating somewhat of like a life's work,
Yep.
right? Building towards something. How are you feeling today? Now having completed the platform and is now something that's being offered to the world.
I'm gonna start. How you feeling?
So that's a really great place to start. Um, I think that both Henry and I have been aware of all the different conversations that we've had and all of the the issues that we have seen with communicating, with getting organized, with projects, with project management, and trying to address all of these with the individuals at the time is extremely time consuming. And while we're doing it, then we're thinking other people could benefit
Mhm.
from this really juicy support mix. And Henry is so great at going to the positive, going to solutions,
Mm.
and then thinking around how can we go from one to one to one to many to one to
Mm.
many, many.
Exactly. So I would say I feel inspired, and part of it is it's kind of the transition point after a long journey. It started with learning about this plant, which we have a stock from the Cornell field here. This is what the stocks look like. To a point where we completed an entire house, the first retrofit in New York. We've lived in this place since like 2019. And now we're in a position where we're going to show other people how to do it. And we needed a platform to pull it off, pull all the pieces together.
Now, when you say this place,
Yep.
right, there is something special and unique about this place. Uh, would you like to introduce what this place is?
This is New York Hemp House One,
Hemp
a
House
place of
One,
healing.
a place of healing.
Mhm.
Okay, okay. That sounds almost multifaceted.
It is. I was working with CBD in Manhattan and seeing the tremendous benefits to
Mm,
people's health.
mm,
I was recommending it for sleep, for nervous issues, for pain, for
mm,
all kinds of different things. And some people I just want to chill out.
mm,
It was great for all kinds of things. So when it came to looking for a healthy house,
mm,
we had the opportunity to rebuild this house, but in a sensitive way, so that
mm,
we're listening to the house as to how what we can do with it. But we also wanted natural materials.
mm.
I grew up in England, and I grew up
I
in
noticed an
an
accent.
accent, yes. And so I grew up in very old houses,
Mm,
freezing cold, but very old and
yeah.
old materials. And so for me, I have listened to people for years saying that they're sick from their homes.
Mm,
Apartments in Manhattan, apartments in California,
yeah.
homes that have mold issues.
Mm,
Mold and damp can do just terrible things to
Hmm.
your body. So listening to that, I thought I have the opportunity
mm,
to play
mm,
and to experiment.
mm.
And luckily, Henry was like, "Yeah, let's do it." Little did we know, but now we do, and so we're sharing
Here we
it
are. Yeah.
with other people because we've lived in it.
Yeah.
We touched every square inch of this house,
Mm,
and we insulated with hemp bucket at a time,
Mm,
with some fabulous people who helped us get the material and um, introduce us to it.
got it. And so it sounds like there was like a catalyst moment for you to say, like, you know what, this is where I want to take my practice supporting people, and combine it with this connection to hemp, this plant that has so many benefits
It
to our overall
does.
health.
It really does. And the journey has been incredible. And then the people who come here and experience the freshness, the clean air, the fact that they can breathe,
Yeah.
they can sleep, and
Mm,
their aches and pains go away.
Yeah,
mm,
that was important as a validation because we've had people who have stayed here. They came from buildings that they talked about them always feeling a need to sneeze, for example,
mm,
and then arriving here and they never sneezed.
yeah.
Other
Congested.
people who said they'd had trouble sleeping and then they'd
Mm,
sleep like through the night. And it was a reminder to us. We didn't say it at the beginning when we started the project, but it was a reminder to us of the
Mhm.
importance of building air quality.
mm,
Healthy.
And it's really caused us to buy into the material.
Mhm.
got it. And so tell me a little bit about the hemp house. Like, what are we looking at? If somebody was to visit this space, they would walk through and they're seeing what specifically around them.
Sure. It depends on the visitor. What we are setting up to do is show people an environment where we've applied industrial hemp. And we
Mm,
take them through the house. We show different types of application of the material.
mm,
We have spray applied in the basement and crawl space area to show an example of that. We're one of the first in New York to do that. And we were the first team to get trained in spray applied. And
mm,
also the cast in place, which you see in the wall, that was the initial vision. And then the walls, some have plaster, some are left open.
mm.
It's really a training experience for some people.
Okay. Okay. Well, that sounds pretty amazing. Being in the space, there is definitely something unique about the sound quality,
Hmm.
right? How warm it is
Hmm.
on some really cold days,
Hmm.
record cold days, right? Out here in upstate New York. Um, but it isn't just the home. You've also created a platform,
Yes,
correct? Can you tell us a little bit about the platform?
sure. The reason for creating a platform is because we recognize that if our intent is really to get this in the hands of many people, if you look at the data in New York, one of the things I appreciate what New York has done is that they've gone through the hard work of collaboration at the executive level to think through, well, what is really the need? And they
Mhm.
came up with the 2030 plan. Now, in order to meet those goals, which has to do with 70% renewables by the year 2030, that's what most people in New York know. We dug in and looked at the details. That means if you're going to use a heat pump, which is electric, then you need insulation, period. So that's the main thing I want to say to most people in all states. Since you're looking at renewables and people are going to be guided toward heat pumps have low energy capacity in terms of heating a space. So it means that all those places need to be insulated.
Mm,
So off the bat, start with insulation. That's the thing I think we've learned as a valuable opportunity. Once we saw that, we evaluated how we did this. We looked at different methodologies. We don't have to talk the details now. We can unpack it another day. But the notion is find the best way to insulate a lot of places really good fast or
mm,
efficiently so you can get a lot done because New York needs to insulate on the order of 200,000 homes a year in order to
mm.
meet some of these goals.
Oh,
So it
wow.
creates a
And that's
$2 billion
just,
a year opportunity just for New
yeah,
York. That's
Wow.
just
just
New York
insulation.
State.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
every state has an
Hmm.
opportunity. And the notion is that we need to take the leadership in this. We, the people, need to take the
Hmm.
leadership in this because you can see that you really can't rely on your government. The government
Mm,
is the people, but depending on who you allow to get in charge and create a mess, we won't mention names, but the point is that we, the people, have an opportunity to do this work and get it done.
And to make sure that you are safe and comfortable.
Yeah,
mm.
And that is,
And healthy,
and
and
healthy,
healthy.
right? Because
definitely
there's all these
healthy.
health benefits to it.
Hmm.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll show you just a few quick things here. So the way we think of doing this is that
Before you
go for it.
share, can you tell us about what we're looking at? This looks like a platform, Voices for Progress.
Yes.
Can you tell us about what this app or application is, and then
Sure. So voicesforprogress.net is where you can find the platform. The purpose of the platform is to allow people to share projects and to organize into teams. Because what I found when I was president of the US Hemp Building Association, and we were on the ICC 11 team, we're the team that were honored to speak before Code Council and get it in the building code. As part of that experience, what I recognize is that you need best practices to share with people because you really need teams to get things done in areas. And as a president responsible for regional leadership, I found that we didn't have the tools needed for the scale of the job that needed to be done. So in other words, we weren't going to get it done by using email. So a few quick things here. One of the things we intentionally add, of course, is calendars, notification. We can add whatever folks want. We'll keep adding features to it. This version 1.0 includes working groups. So as you look through working groups, that's the place where you can set up your primary working group name and then sub-working groups. Then you can create projects and add them to your working groups. What would you like to say about projects?
So everything can be turned into a project. This was a project. Gutting it and then fixing everything, putting the insulation in. Everybody has a project in them. And some projects are huge. Building a massive infrastructure, that's a project. So any project has got a definite start and a definite end, and all of the steps in between. So it's getting organized as well.
So what we're showing here is an example of a project that we put together that we're showing people. This is new, so we're going to keep improving it. So this has several milestones associated with it. Each milestone has tasks associated with it. So a person would have a list of some of the things that need to get done, and then they can assign it to themselves or to someone else, and it shows up on the person's task list. So you can take a complex project and break it into small pieces and say, can you do this piece? Can you do this piece? And the best part is that you can send it to a mobile device, Android and iOS.
I love that. I love that. Can you tell me a little bit about what is the potential impact of this platform and this work that you're doing?
We're realizing that the time that we started working on this, we had no idea how wild politics was going to become. We had no idea that they were going to plan to cancel some of the climate legislation and push it to the states to figure things out. We had no idea that there'd be this level of corruption that exposed at such a high level, demanding that people get organized. It turns out that there's a lot of power in the hands of people if they would just get organized. So here we are in March, ready to start a march, effectively, a nationwide march toward solutions. Because for the first time of sorts, people can now, today, for example, look at what we've created, create their own working groups because it's a free trial, create their own working groups, get themselves organized, and start moving their initiatives forward.
Okay. So what would be the first steps for someone to get on board and get organized?
So, great question. Go to the sign in and sign up, take a look around. And there is actually some steps on how to get organized, but you need to go and join the working group and join the
we'll put up a video.
Project. We'll put up a video on how to do that. But it's a bit like starting out how to get organized. If you think about clearing your space so that you can start something fresh, rather than starting in chaos or mess. It's also organizing the people around you that you want to bring into your project. It's organizing the steps that are achievable. Break it down, keep breaking it down until it becomes so simple that it's achievable.
All right. Well, this sounds really exciting. I'm looking forward to learning more about this. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate taking the time to do this with you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.